I've never heard of a moment in which a filmmaker was making a factual film where something actually happened in real life that could benefit their movie so much. I mean, can you imagine having that just drop in your lap if you were Kathryn Bigelow? I mean, your entire movie just got 1,000 times better. Zero Dark 30 is being marketed as the factual tale of the manhunt for Osama bin Laden. Now, as I mentioned in my intro, during the making of this movie, Osama bin Laden had not yet been killed, and I don't even know what they were going to do with this movie. But he was found and killed during the making of this film, and that gave these filmmakers an opportunity to take their film in a completely different direction. And unless none of you have watched the news for like the past year, I'm definitely not spoiling anything in saying that. It's like saying the Titanic sinks at the end of the movie. I spoiled it. Jessica Chastain's character is searching relentlessly for Osama bin Laden and any connections that he may have. And you see throughout this 2-hour and 45 or so minute film all the different things that these people go through to try to capture this man. And it's told in a very straightforward, factual manner in which a lot of people are sifting facts. You know, the first 2 hours of this movie, nothing really happens per se. I mean, it's a lot of searching and sifting and looking. And it's directed by Kathryn Bigelow, who made like Point Break and The Hurt Locker, you know, some really good movies. She won an Oscar as the first female director ever to win an Oscar, a very impressive feat there. And here she has this movie. And this is where you kind of really could screw up because, okay, you're coming off an Oscar. What are you gonna do? You're gonna choose like another war type film. You're gonna make it really gritty. You're gonna make it all handheld. And it's this story that a lot of people are gonna scrutinize. And how factual is this? Does she succeed? I think she does. This is a really good movie. And when I say that, for me, it wasn't one of those movies where I just like relish every minute of this movie where it's like, oh my god, this is such an impressive movie. I just thought it was a really well done film and an interesting thriller and the kind of movie that, even though I know, because I've done research about this movie, I know not everything about this movie is factual. I know certain people have come forward and have said, yes, this didn't exactly happen this way. I know that didn't really happen that way. You know, it's a movie. It's a Hollywood movie. But I really respect the director and the writer for doing their best to tell a tale as factual as they possibly could. And I don't really want to set you up for anything or make you like expect a certain thing out of this movie, but I can say that certain moments in this movie are very nail-biting, very suspenseful. But there are moments where, you know, it's just a lot of talking. And you might be bored by that. And I gotta be honest with you guys, that could bore some people because everything I heard from reviews before seeing this movie was, oh my god, the last 40 minutes are so amazing. No one really talks about the first 2 hours. Because the first 2 hours is a lot of information sifting, interrogating, and searching. It's a lot of characters looking through documents and talking about possibilities. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I'm just saying that don't go into this movie expecting it to be like a slam-bang action thriller. It's not. The last like 40 minutes or so, yes, you get more of that there. But this is just a really tense film with great performances, particularly by Jessica Chastain, where you watch these people try to figure out where this guy is. And it's not Hollywoodized. It's not even as Hollywoodized as The Hurt Locker was. It's very straightforward. But I guess my main problem with the movie, and really my only problem with the film, and this will not be a problem for everyone. Some people will think, wow, that wasn't a problem for me at all. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really get a sense of character. I didn't really feel like the people in this movie were characters because you never learn a thing about them, ever. You don't know a thing about Jessica Chastain's character. You just, there she is and she's doing her work. And I get it, you know, you're supposed to be so focused in the moment, but it would have been nice to get more of a feel of her as a person so I could care more about her when some of the more intense moments in the film were happening. And it's the same for all the characters in this movie. I never really latched on to anyone, so there wasn't as much suspense as there could have been towards the final moments. But I still really enjoyed Zero Dark 30, and I think that if you haven't seen it, it's coming out soon. It's definitely been in limited release for a while, and people have been talking about it. Zero Dark 30 is a tense, well-acted, well-directed thriller that should definitely be experienced. And it has such a suspenseful finale that there were certain moments where I was getting goosebumps and shivers, like, oh my god, like, I really want to know. Is that how it went down? I'm going to give Zero Dark 30 a B+. It's definitely a very good movie. There were just a few elements of it that I thought could have been a little bit better in the character department. Nevertheless, good film, check it out. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and as always, if you like this video, then you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.